Okay, so I'm bored. So I'm finally going through with this idea. If you remember a couple weeks ago, I said, do I want to make each individual video for the sports at my school, talking about them and just going through all the stories and reminiscing about them? I guess I do now because I have nothing to do. I finally convinced myself I want to do it. So we're starting with track because that was the first sport we did this year. I think it's usually the first sport we do usually, but the sports have been all sort of jumbled dealing with social distancing and the pandemic and stuff during this past school year. We got all the sports in, they were just in a completely different order. So we're starting with track. So track started the second day of school. Like, what is even the first day of school? It was early in the school year. Like, we started school August 17th, like August 18th, we're already out there running and jumping and stuff. So we have a different kind of track and field, visually impaired school, visually impaired sports. What did I do? I did the 3-ton event, which is you get 3 jumps in a row, and you jump one after another, and they measure your total distance. The furthest I got to like 21 feet 4 inches, I believe, was my longest. So I need to beat that. That was crazy. That was cool. That was down in Indiana, and we don't worry, we will get to Indiana in a minute. Did the standing long jump, I think the first I got to was like 6'3", something like that. Got a lot of first place in that, that was cool. 1,200 meter dash, basically what it is, you run 1,200 meters. We have these 60 meter wires, so you would have to run them, what's that, 10 times? Yeah, 10 laps on those 60 meter, like back and forward 10 times. And did the mile or 1,600 tandem with Cavante. And don't worry, you're going to be hearing his name a lot throughout this series because he and I are the first to do every single sport. So, now let's get into the story of going down to Indiana and us having a little bit of a feud. So, we wake up early, go to Indiana. First ever track meet, and first time leaving school to go to a track meet. We get to miss all day of school. It's great. So we're down there in Indiana. There's like 10 of us Illinois kids. There are like 25 to 30 Indiana kids. Okay, just because there's a lot of them doesn't mean they're all good. And I smoked them, okay? I legitimately smoked them. Got all 4 first place. They went 4 for 4. And basically my entire team did good. But Indiana won the track meet overall because, like I said, they have more people. So they, like, say I did one event, there'd be 3 Indiana kids in me. So even though I got first, they would get second, third, and fourth, which means you accumulate the points. They would end up with more points. They were just a whole lot of fun because me and Cavante were doing the 1,600, so we run around the track 4 times. We were lapping those fools. They were walking. It was sad, honestly. It was pathetic. I'm not trying to be mean. We were out there for a 7.5 minute mile. It takes them 15. They're just walking their lazy selves around the track. It was great. And then I did the 1,200. I was the only one that did the 1,200. They're like, is there anyone here that wants to go against this kid to give him some competition? So this kid that never ran a 1,200 a day in his life just smoked him. That was great. That was so much fun. And then we get back to Illinois. So next day of school, talking to my friend Eliza, who isn't on the track team. That she's scrolling through Facebook, and she's like, hey, there's this kid on Facebook. He's saying, oh, Illinois came to Indiana. We beat them, but they put up a good attempt. That proceeded for me to make a bombshell of a TikTok, basically saying how we kicked their A's, their A words, and how we are the effing best. I gotta post that TikTok. I will post that, because I've been going through and posting my old TikToks. I have to post that TikTok, so you will see it. But, oh, that was a fiery response. And then the kid that I went off on messaged me on Messenger at like 4 something in the morning, like, are you mad? Are you good? I'm like, no, I'm good. What are you talking about? He's like, well, that's not what your TikTok says. I'm like, oh, snap. I mean, it got over 1,000 views. It was great. That was so much fun. And then Indiana came to our school next week. I'm like, I'm gonna get beat up in the bathroom or something like that, cause that's usually what happens in the books or the movies. Oh my lord, that was great. So basically, I apologized to that kid. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm cool. He's like, yeah, we're cool. Okay, next story. Me versus Thomas. Now, who's Thomas? Thomas, this kid from Missouri. And it wouldn't be such a big deal except for what's happening now. So even if it's happened back in September of last year, we got, not bad blood, we got a situation in July of this year. So basically, we both ran the 1200. I beat him in the 1200. Just gonna say it, I did. I beat him in the 1200. I had the faster time. Proceeded to lose my lunch and breakfast and dinner on the sideline. It was, oh, that was so bad. I just puked and puked. It was so gross. And then I'm like sitting in the chair trying to tell my coach I can run another mile after this. They're like, no, you're done. The funny thing is, now I'm dating the girl that talks to Thomas all the time. So that's fun. So, oh my god. So Thomas always liked to tell a story. Oh, haha, you puked whenever I track. You never bring it the part that I beat your butt. Yeah, that was great. Oh my god, that was something. And then we have a virtual meet, because we were supposed to go to Ohio, I believe. But we had to stay on the ISBI in Illinois because COVID, fun. Got all first places there, so we had 3 meets. One in Indiana, a virtual meet where Missouri and Indiana came to us, and then a virtual one where it was just us, and we sent our time to Ohio. 12 for 12 on first place finishes. I was rocking, I was feeling myself. Momentum was great. Looking forward to conference, the big thing, the championship. Proceed to take a week off and not do a dang thing for like 10 straight days. Why? Because I went to Alabama to go to space camp, and that wrecked my season. It was so bad. Like, I came back and cause we were supposed to go to Tennessee, but because of COVID, once again, I was gonna miss conference. But because of COVID, they actually had it October 4th, that Monday, is when we did everything after school, and I just felt so dead after not doing any kind of running or jumping or practicing for a week. Like, for the long jump, you get down your crouch to get some spring. I felt nothing when I went to jump. It was bad. It was bad. And then, like, I did good in all my events. I know I won the tandem. We got first place in the mile. Kavati and I did. But we actually never found our results. So it was just sort of like, did we get first? Did we get third? Did we get 100th? We don't know what we got, actually. So, I just know Kavati and I got first in the tandem. I know my streak snapped. Oh, wait, actually, what was I? Yeah, I don't remember. I think I was 12 for 12, but then like I actually didn't do an event because, like I said, I got sick, and so I couldn't do that last one. But anyway, overall, triathlon was fun. I know I'm doing it again this year. It's that and goal bar are the only 2 I'm telling myself that I'm doing. So we'll see how true it is. I can't wait for some coach to come in and talk to me and it's like, hey, dude, you want to do swimming? Like, heck no. 2 weeks later, I'm in the pool. Like, yeah, let's get this over with. Oh, I can totally see that happening. That happened with IHSA, and we'll get to that story too. I'm trying to think if there's any other stories from track that I forgot to tell. Just, whenever you're hanging out with your friends doing track, you like to talk and do drama. So my friend Sarah, Haley, and I are on the track. We're practicing and stuff like that. And they said, like, oh, me and Kamade been a thing for a month. And Haley and I are flipping out like, wait, what? You guys are a thing? Like, since when? Where? How? that was the funniest thing. That was like the most genuine reaction to find out that 2 people were dating in my life. That was great. Let me see, what else? I was basically like the all-star. Like, I would do my thing and then like, okay, move on, because that was my second year doing track, because I did it during our 8-week span when we were there back in April and May of 2021. So I sort of knew already what to expect, but yeah, I already knew what I was doing. So I didn't have too much practicing to do. I just rocked it and killed it every single time. So it was very successful for me. I think I basically covered everything. I don't think there was any too much exciting stuff that happened. I mean, out there in the heat, doing all our events, it wasn't too bad. So bad video. So I'll see you guys in another one soon. Bye.